NORAD radars have sensed movement near the North Pole. It appears that the elves have finished loading Santa's sleigh, and Santa has lifted off. Even loaded with all the gifts and goodies, Santa's sleigh seems to be moving lightning fast. He has a busy night ahead of him if he's to deliver all of the holiday gifts on time. No worries, though. NORAD will be sure skies are clear for each stage of Santa's Yuletide journey. For more information about NORAD, visit www.norad.mil.
NORAD is receiving reports from Air Force Space Command-operated Defense Support Program satellites, or DSP, that Santa has begun his journey. The DSP satellites use infrared sensors to detect heat from missile and booster plumes against the Earth's background. But in this case, the infrared sensors are picking up the heat signature from Rudolph's bright red nose. NORAD will continue to monitor DSP to keep track of Santa's progress around the globe and tell you where he's going next.
Thanks to the magic of Santa's sleigh, he is making a special stop during his trip this year to the International Space Station. NORAD satellites have spotted Santa on a true path straight to the ISS and the astronauts who are living and working on board. Construction on the ISS began in 1998 and has been continuously occupied by astronauts since the year 2000. Orbiting at almost 250 miles above the surface of the Earth, astronauts on board conduct scientific experiments designed to enhance future on-orbit missions. You can continue tracking Santa at our website at www.noradsanta.org as he continues his journey around the world. NORAD is tracking Santa on his annual journey to deliver presents to girls and boys all over the world. And we've just spotted him over the South Pacific nation of New Zealand, where Santa is flying over the capital city of Wellington and then making a swing by the Auckland Sky Tower. At more than 1,000 feet tall, it's the tallest freestanding tower in the Southern Hemisphere and attracts more than 1,100 visitors each day. Keep tracking with NORAD to find out where Santa is headed next.
NORAD spotted Santa over Sydney, Australia, and the majestic Sydney Opera House. The Opera House, which is located in Sydney Harbour, is one of the most famous performing arts centers in the world. The building is shaped like the sails of a boat and sits in the middle of a harbour like a peninsula. The Sydney Opera House is probably the most photographed building in Australia and has often been considered the greatest architectural work of the 20th century. Where do you think Santa will travel next? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out.
NORAD just spotted Santa circling Mount Fuji, and it looks like he's headed northeast towards Tokyo. Mount Fuji is an active volcano that last erupted in 1707. You can see Mount Fuji from Tokyo, or travel closer to one of the 4 towns at its foothills to get an even better look. The Tokyo metropolitan area is the most populous metro in the world, so Santa definitely has his work cut out for him tonight. Where will Santa go after he departs Japan? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out. It looks like Santa is delivering presents to the good boys and girls of Shanghai, China. Shanghai is one of the world's most populous cities, so Santa will definitely be busy here. He enjoys the beautiful Shanghai skyline and is sure to pass by the famous Shanghai World Financial Center and the Oriental Pearl Tower. Santa is also impressed by the high-speed Shanghai maglev train, but knows his reindeer are the best way to power his sleigh. As Santa follows the Nanjing Road toward his next destination, NORAD will continue to track his journey
around the world. Here's the latest update from NORAD on Santa's annual trip around the world. NORAD satellites are tracking Santa flying over the nations of Southeast Asia. As he makes his way across the region, Santa will have some great views of Singapore, which has been a critical port for hundreds of years. He will also see Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, and the impressive Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, formerly the tallest buildings in the world, and still a major attraction to visitors of the region. Be sure to continue tracking Santa at our website, www.noradsanta.org, as he continues his journey around the world.
So far, Santa's had a smooth flight this year. He's not encountered any difficulties, which is great news for us here at NORAD. The Santa cams last spotted Santa flying over India's famous Taj Mahal. What a sight! Did you know that India has a population of more than 1 billion people? That's about 950 people per square mile. Wow! Santa and his team of reindeer are making great time, and we think they may be a few minutes ahead of schedule. Keep checking back with us here at NORAD for updates on Santa's location.
NORAD has detected Santa flying over the Arabian Peninsula, flying through Dubai near the Persian Gulf. Dubai has a rich collection of beautiful gardens and boasts some of the tallest skyscrapers in the world. It is also home to several artificial islands off its coast that gives the city a style all its own. Where will Santa go next? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out.
NORAD's Santa cams have just spotted Santa flying over Moscow, Russia. Moscow is a winter wonderland this time of year, and Santa loves the beautiful trees and decorations that shine in the night sky throughout the city. Though the Russian Santa Claus, Father Frost, is not due to visit Russia for another 2 weeks, Santa loves that so many people enjoy celebrating with him too. Rising high and majestically perched above the beautiful city of Athens, Greece, Santa flies above the Acropolis, or the upper city of Athens. Most sacred temples and monuments on the Acropolis were dedicated to Athena and other Greek gods. The ancient home of philosophy and the birthplace of Western civilization, Athens has been continuously inhabited for at least 7,000 years. Today it remains a sprawling metropolis, and its Acropolis still stands, overlooking the landscape. NORAD is keeping watch as Santa continues his journey.
NORAD Santa cams just spotted Santa flying over the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. The Great Pyramid is almost 500 feet high and was the tallest man-made structure in the world for more than 3,800 years. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and the only one to remain largely intact. In Egypt, Santa is called Baba Noel, meaning Father Christmas. Children hope Baba Noel will climb through a window and leave them presents. Buona Feste, Happy Holidays. Santa is now cruising over the Mediterranean, and NORAD satellites are watching as he heads toward Rome, Italy. Rome's magnificent architecture, fountains, and piazzas are some of Santa's favorite sights during his journey. One of the elves mentioned that Santa plans to stop in Piazza Navona for a quick espresso to recharge before continuing his journey. Salute! Santa knows that Germany is a great place to visit during the holidays, and we've just spotted him over Berlin. We see him flying over the Brandenburg Gate and the Charlottenburg Palace, and he's soaring toward the Berlin Television Tower. It is rumored that Santa enjoys eating Berlin donuts while he's here in the German capital. NORAD will continue tracking Santa on his journey, so stay tuned for more updates as Rudolph and the other reindeer keep Santa on his course, delivering holiday cheer.
Bonjour. Santa has just entered France and flown by the Eiffel Tower in Paris. French children should be in bed soon because Père Noël, as Santa is called in France, can only deliver toys when they are asleep. France is the home to the world-famous Tour de France, a grueling 3-week, 2,240-mile bicycle race. But that's nothing to Santa. He travels more than 91,000 miles in just 24 hours. We're not sure how he does it, but centuries of flying have made him a great pilot.
NORAD has detected Santa in the central Iberian Peninsula, cruising through Madrid. The capital city of Spain, Madrid is home to a bustling nightlife and an eclectic cultural scene. A number of museums, theaters, libraries, and plazas line the city streets. The Cibeles Palace and Fountain glisten beautifully below as Santa makes his rounds. Stick around to find out where NORAD spots Santa next.
NORAD Santa cams have just spotted Santa flying over the United Kingdom, and it appears he's circling the skies near London, England. Santa and his reindeer are quite a sight as they fly over the River Thames, close to the Tower Bridge and London Eye. NORAD Santa cams also caught Santa checking his watch as he flew by Big Ben. He must want to make sure he's on time to complete his journey. There have been no delays for Santa here in England, and the rest of his journey is expected to go smoothly.
Are those bells we hear? NORAD is tracking Santa over Dublin, the capital city of Ireland. In addition to its beautiful parks, open spaces, and stadiums, Dublin is home to the breathtaking Spire of Dublin, the Monument of Light. Dublin is rightly proud of its rich literary history, producing Nobel laureates William Butler Yeats, George Bernard Shaw, and Samuel Beckett, among many other phenomenal authors. Keep tracking Santa with NORAD to see where he goes next.
NORAD's Operations Center has just verified that Santa is in South America and is in the process of delivering presents throughout Brazil, the continent's largest country. Santa has just flown over Rio de Janeiro, one of Brazil's most vibrant cities and the home of the second largest Portuguese population in the world. NORAD is keeping its satellites fixed on the heat signature of Rudolph's bright red nose as Santa continues his journey throughout South America. NORAD has confirmation from the Missile Defense Agency that Santa is traveling north over Greenland. The Space Tracking and Surveillance System, or STSS, consists of 2 satellites orbiting the Earth using infrared sensors as part of the Ballistic Missile Defense System. But don't worry, the Missile Defense Agency knows Santa is delivering gifts and doesn't classify him as a threat. Thanks to the STSS, NORAD is able to keep Santa in our sights, especially since Rudolph's bright red nose is easily detectable with our infrared sensors. NORAD is receiving reports that Santa's sleigh is moving north toward Canadian airspace from the mid-Atlantic. CF-18 Hornets from the Royal Canadian Air Force are escorting Santa through Canadian airspace. As part of Operation Noble Eagle, NORAD's mission to safeguard North American skies, CF-18s maintain a constant state of alert, ready to respond immediately to potential threats to the homelands. Santa and his reindeer certainly pose no threat, but he can rest easy knowing that the NORAD team has the watch, ensuring safe travels across North America. NORAD was notified by Air Force Space Command that their PAVE Phased Array Warning System Early Warning Radar, known as PAVE-PAWS, at Cape Cod Air Force Station, Massachusetts, is tracking Santa on his way from the U.S. to South America. This radar is not only capable of detecting ballistic missile attacks and conducting general space surveillance and satellite tracking, but at this time of year, the PAVE-PAWS station keeps an eye on Santa as he flies over the Atlantic toward the Western Hemisphere. NORAD Santa cams have just spotted Santa flying over the National Mall in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. The National Mall receives about 24 million visitors each year, but there's no time tonight for Santa to visit the fantastic Smithsonian museums or the beautiful national memorials and monuments. Santa's sleigh just zoomed past the United States Capitol and the President's home, the White House. D.C. children should be snuggled in their beds so Santa can make his stops and deliver their gifts.
Start spreading the news. NORAD has spotted Santa arriving over the Big Apple. New York City is known for having an excess of holiday cheer, which is no doubt putting a spring in the reindeer steps. A truly international city, New York is the home of the United Nations and the Statue of Liberty, who has greeted New Yorkers since its dedication in 1886, nearly 100 years after New York was briefly the capital of the United States. More holiday films have included New York City than any other. Where will Santa go after he's done delivering presents to the city that doesn't sleep? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out. It looks like Santa is continuing to deliver presents to good boys and girls in Canada. NORAD is tracking Santa as he arrives in Toronto. Toronto is the fourth most populous city in North America and is home to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Santa has been rumored to enjoy ice hockey more than any other sport due to the year-round icy conditions at the North Pole. Keep tracking Santa with NORAD to see where he will go next.
NORAD has spotted Santa flying through the skies of Indianapolis, Indiana. Nicknamed the Circle City, Indianapolis boasts some of the finest examples of neoclassical architecture in the Midwestern United States. Its Children's Museum is the largest museum for children in the world. As he works his way through the city, Santa likes to hum "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," written by Indianapolis native Albert von Tilzer. Stick around to find out where NORAD spots Santa next. Santa must be smelling that delicious Creole cuisine. NORAD is now tracking the jolly fella in the skies above New Orleans. Once the territorial capital of French Louisiana, New Orleans is an international crossroads of light, sound, language, food, culture, and entertainment. Home to a world-renowned nightlife, tourists and travelers from around the world make the trip to see the excitement for themselves. But it is the diverse and welcoming locals that continue to make the city great. Stay plugged in with NORAD Track Santa to see where he goes next.
NORAD has just spotted Santa arriving in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is Santa's kind of town. Each year, Santa makes a swing by the second tallest skyscraper in the United States, the Willis Tower, which people can stand at 110 stories and overlook the iconic skyline of Chicago. Chicago is known for many things, but one of the things Santa likes best when he's there is to get a big slice of deep dish Chicago-style pizza. That will keep him going as he delivers toys throughout the Windy City. There's a shooting star streaking over the Lone Star State tonight as Santa makes his way to Houston. Santa loves Texas, and NORAD is tracking him as he flies by NASA's Johnson Space Center, where America's astronauts train to go into space. Then it's a quick pass by the J.P. Morgan Chase Tower and the Wells Fargo Tower, two of the tallest buildings in Texas. Stay with NORAD to continue tracking Santa as he continues his journey around the globe.
NORAD confirms Santa was spotted over Peterson Air Force Base, Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the United States. Peterson is our NORAD home, as well as home to the U.S. Northern Command, Air Force Space Command, the 21st Space Wing, and many other organizations. NORAD, a binational command between Canada and the United States, provides homeland defense for North America. Did you know? NORAD and our predecessor, the Continental Air Defense Command, have been tracking Santa since 1955, using military satellites, radars, fighter aircraft, and Santa cameras.
NORAD has detected Santa arriving in San Francisco as his sleigh flew by the Golden Gate Bridge. Santa's elves are big fans of San Francisco, and they've been known to ride the famous cable cars throughout the city as they think of ideas for new toys each year. Known as the City by the Bay, San Francisco is one of the last remaining stops on Santa's trek across the continental United States. Keep tracking with NORAD to see where he goes next.
NORAD is tracking Santa as he cruises up the west coast of the United States to the state of Washington, home to giant evergreen trees and 5 active volcanoes. Santa is currently in Seattle, the state's largest city, known for its music and technology scenes as well as its various coffee houses. Santa is sure to enjoy seeing Mount Rainier, the Space Needle, and Pike Place Market while he is there. Keep tracking Santa with NORAD to see where he goes next.
The Alaska NORAD Region Commander reports Santa was spotted over Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska, USA. Anchorage is Alaska's most populous city and contains more than 40% of the state's total population. That will surely make for one busy stop for Santa, but we know he's up to the task. With sometimes less than 6 hours of sunlight per day in the winter, Anchorage also boasts the most espresso coffee stands per capita than anywhere in the U.S.
NORAD's airbase tracking aircraft, the E-3 Sentry, has confirmed Santa is traveling south from Alaska. Hopefully all those patiently waiting for Santa to arrive have gone to bed by now. The E-3 Sentry is an airborne warning and control system, or AWACS, and provides an accurate real-time picture of the area. In this case, the E-3 Sentry has detected Santa, despite the fact that he flies faster than starlight.